everyone, it's me again, Rose from the Philippines. Welcome to Gantsilyera 319. It's my 319th episode today, so welcome. Welcome to my old and new subscribers. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to visit with me. So my channel is called Gantsilyera. It's a show and tell of crochet and craft related items. Today is May 3, 2021. It's a Monday. I wasn't able to make a video yesterday because I lined up for the second dose of vaccine. So I had my second dose of vaccine for Sinovac yesterday, and I was quite happy that I was able to do that task. So I wasn't able to make a video yesterday, so I'm taking the time today to show you guys the projects that I have been making. So first off, I was able to continue working on the Fast Forward Inspired, which is a bag that has a chevron design to it. So I was working on this downstairs. So I started with this one. So this is the first chevron style bag. I made the bottom part, which is an oval piece, separate. So I started with the middle part and then went around making an oval piece. And then afterwards, I connected it to the chevron part with this stitch here that I think pops a little bit because it creates that ridge type of piece there. So that's how I work the bottom part of this bag. And then I went ahead and worked on a few stitches for the upper part, which is also in neon green. So I don't know if I'll have enough for this projects. So last Saturday, I went to Tabora to buy some yarns, and I will share to you guys my yarn haul. So this is the first one. So now I can work on the strap part next. And then the second one that I worked on is this other one, which has a brown overall color. This is also made using an oval piece. I counted all of the number of stitches around it after 4 rounds. And then I also counted the single crochet I made around this piece here, so that it will correspond to the number of the oval piece, so that I can connect it easily. So I did a little bit of math for this. So this is how it went. And I still have this much for the strap part. And then the last one, I'm still working on it, but I don't have enough gray yarn. So what I made first is the upper part, and then because I now have the gray, I can work on the bottom part next. So now for the Sharon crochet challenge. I am on my week 16 right now. If you're not familiar, Sharon Lee is a fellow Filipina crocheter and designer of crochet items. She makes tutorials out of it. And every week I challenge myself to work on one of her projects. I have a list of it that I try out every week. So for this week's project, I worked on the how to crochet the double net stitch that she has. And I'm using the fine cotton yarn in red for this that has 8 plies to it. So at first, I had a difficult time with it because it is curling. And because I have 250 stitches, it keeps curling on up until I have created more rows to it. And I'm kind of confused on the side parts. But once I jotted down notes and have memorized the pattern, I was able to do it kind of mindlessly in a way. So this is how it looks like, and it's really a pretty stitch. And I'm gonna continue working on it on the side since I'm really enjoying it. I was also able to make some progress with the Amigurumi doll that I'm making and experimenting on. So this is how it looks like so far. And Nicole has said that the limbs turned out a bit thick, but I think it's okay. I'm still going to put the details on it, which is the clothing. And for the bottom part, since I think his legs turned out a bit short, I'm gonna incorporate a shoe for him so that it will be longer. But I'm quite happy that it is turning out like this. And I rummaged my my drawer, which has some partial made items, and I have discovered some doll heads. These are the ones that I have experimented on when Rain has asked me to make her some flower goddess, which has the face of Betty Boop. So she can see I still have this one, and I still have this rounded head here. So I'm thinking of continue working on it and making another prototype like this, so that I can use it in the future to experiment some characters on. Still have another one here, but I think the yarn that I use for this is the Love Nuts yarn, so I'm gonna buy the khaki colored one. I wasn't able to. And I still have this eyeball here that I can experiment on, since there's this Insta challenge online that Jam of Creuzart has brought to my attention. Hi Jam! So she asked me if I would like to join with her to join this Insta challenge, which is started by Irali Gray. And the challenge is called Amigurumi 2021. So we're going to post the pictures of our amigurumis that we make during this month on Instagram with the hashtag Amigurumi 2021. And then they have some topics and a chart for the calendar for May. So what I did was, since I have this notebook here which has some calendars to it, it is 2018, but I found the appropriate one that is close to the days of May, which is September. So I decided to put here all of the topics that they have for each day, that you can have as reference in making your amigurumis. I still wasn't able to put up a picture, but I'm decided to join with her and maybe take some pictures of the amigurumis that I have. And as you can see, I have here um, an amigurumi that I will share with you. So I can have this as an entry for that Insta challenge. I will try to edit him with a background of sorts. So this bear here is made out of mercerized cotton thread in variegated colors. And it is still on my shop. If you're interested, I will put the link on the description box below. And I'm gonna share to you guys my yarn haul, which are mostly yarn from Love Nuts. I was quite happy when I visited the store that they have plenty of different colors for the 50 grams. So I was able to buy 17 pieces of the 50 grams and then 10 pieces of the 15-gram balls. So this is all of them. So I have 2 of the orange one and 2 of the dark gray ones. So this is Love Nuts yarn that the recommended hook size is a number 4. And it is 100% acrylic. It has approximately 128 meters to each of it. So I have those colors. And I wanted to make some stitch tumbler holders. So I purchased some blue and red ones. I needed some black, so I purchased 2 and also 2 yellow ones. And then I have one of each of these colors, which are the violet, emerald green, light pink, dark brown, and fuchsia pink. And since I'm running out of yarn for the neon green, I decided, since it's not available in 50 grams, I decided to purchase it in this smaller ones. So for these ones, it is approximately 35 meters each. And I think this is 15-gram balls. So I have purchased 10 of them. I don't know where the 2 is. Maybe it has fallen down. So that is my Love Nuts yarn haul that I want to share with you guys. So the other day, Nicole, my eldest niece, has gifted me some craft stuff because they were cleaning their house downstairs and she has some stash of craft items. She is also interested in crafting. She loves playing the piano and she's the one who made this painting here. So she loves painting also. So the other day she went up and has gifted me this stuff here, which are all in this box. So she also has gifted me 2 notebooks, which is M&M inspired. So she gifted me one in yellow and one in red, which are cool looking. So I really love them. So as soon as I'm done with my other notebook, I can use that. So she also has gifted me some popsicle sticks that we can experiment on. So the kids are not here, Ate's kids and my brother-in-law's kids. They went to Antipolo to have their vacation with their other with their other grandparents. So I don't know how long they will be there, but they are there for some vacation time. And Nicole also gifted me 2 Crayolas or crayons. One has 16 colors to it and this other one has 24. So I have been using it. And then she gifted me some other stuff like a sharpener and some corrector. She gave me 4 of it. I don't know what to use it for, but maybe I can find something. And then she gifted me a bunch of pens, color pens or markers in different colors. So I have been using it to doodle. And she also gifted me this color of pens, I think 10 of each or 8 of each. A black one, a green, and a red one. And she also given me some of these glitter pens here. So I have been using it lately to make some cards. So I'm just going to show you one by one. I wanted to make some doodle arts for the cards. So I went ahead and taken a picture that I referred to for this one. This one, I wanted to make some flowers of sorts. So I used the markers for this one. For this one, I used the stickers that she also gifted me along with some washi tapes. For the back, I decided to use the crayon to just make this type of sign here. Then I went ahead and made this one. I wanted to make more of this design, so I will incorporate it with the other cards. Some of it doesn't have anything yet, and I was experimenting on some doodle art, so this is my try on it. And the last one is this. And then I cut the cards into pieces because I wanted to turn them into thank you cards. So I have this here that I'm gonna turn into some type of this one so that I can put it as a thank you card for when someone purchases from me on Shopee. And on the back, I will put their address on because I have been using some index card for that. So now that I have this, I can use this as an alternate. So those are most of the projects that I want to share with you guys. I have finished binge watching Shadow and Bone. So I really love the theme of that show, or that what type of show on Netflix. And I wanted to know what comes next. So I'm gonna wait for the second season for that. And also I was able to finish watching Bridgerton. I really am interested on love story of Penelope and Colin. And I knew that the show is derived from a novel also, so I have been researching about that and reading the synopsis. So I'm gonna look forward to the second seasons of both that shows. And if you're interested on working on the net stitch, the double net stitch, I will put the link of Miss Sharon Lee's tutorial on the description box below. I also have some tutorials of my own making beaded wallets. So if you're interested, I will put the playlist on the description box below along with my other information. So I think those are most of it. I have some clips taken when I went to have my second dose at the school yesterday. So if you're interested to watch that, I always put them on the end parts of the video. And also my trip to Tabora last Saturday, I was able to make some clips that I'm gonna merge along with this one. So I hope you guys have a lovely day today. My neighbor is not playing any songs yet, so I had the privilege to make a video today. And I'm gonna later wash the electric fans, and that is my task today. And I think I'm going to organize my room since it is, as you can see, it is cluttered in a way. So I hope you have a fine day today, crafting, having some family bonding time, as I always say. So that's it for me. Bye for now. So I went to Deco today because Makmak is having some allergies. So I bought the medicine for it. Hey guys, just want to show you Mama's recently bought plants. It has a flower to it that I think only blooms during 10 a.m. to 12 noon. It has a certain bloom to it. She also has some pansitan. This ones that we used to feed the rabbits that we have a pet from before. And then there is this other one here that I think is the same as that other one, but it just has some small buds to it. And then Mama's orchids are in bloom today. I'm going to Divisoria today to buy some yarns that I needed for my projects. Sometimes here so this is where I buy my stickers. Here. Back at GST. Buy some yarns. So here's where I usually buy my yarns. But the other one is closed right now. This is Tabora Street, just near the Divisoria Mall. That is just the textile supply. There are plenty of souvenirs that you can buy here. Bought some yarn and some popcorn. Who's this man? Here, plays guitar. He's a blind man. Singing with his guitar so he can have donations. So this is Divisoria. So I'm back again for the second dose of my vaccine here at Smenia. Just lining up for it. We're inside the store right now waiting. We are individual seatings. This is the inside of the school where I'm gonna have my second dose of vaccine. So we're now on the middle part of the school. It's the vaccination area. So long the line is. So we're on our last line here. Inside the quadrangle.